Hello everyone, welcome back to the Power BI project tutorials. This video is in continuation with the previous videos for the customer analysis of the bank customers, right? So since the previous video, I have made a few changes into the visualizations that we got. The first thing that I did was change the data colors of these donut charts just to get them in line with the whole report. That's the blue-green theme. Next, I changed their titles to be a little bit more understanding, like balance by region, number of customers by region, number of customers by job type. Then I also changed the position of the legend for these two things, these two charts, and now I'm going to show you how to do that for this third chart. Okay, so you have to select the visualization, go to the format tab. Here is this legend option, you can go that, and there is this position option. Now you can select any position that you want. Suppose I go for a bottom position, right? So now your legend would be placed on the bottom just like this. So you can you have some of the extra space on the left and the right sides to accumulate it, right? Furthermore, if you want, you can just organize it at the bottom center to get a centralized position of this particular legend, right? Now these three donut charts I have created. I'm going to show you the creation of one chart in which I'm going to perform every single step in front of you. So that is the distribution of the balance by gender. Okay, so let me just copy this visual and paste it. Okay, so that I don't have to do everything from scratch. Here let's just remove the job type and the number of customers option from here. I'm just going to get gender, and I can get balance by gender as well. So let's just get balance by gender to see that how much balance we are getting. We can go into the focus mode for a better view. 54% by the males and the remaining 45.70% by the females. Okay. However, if you just get the count of the gender here, so that is also a simple kind of a distribution. So anything you want, you can just throw it in here. And the thing that I'm going to do is just go to this data colors option and change the data color for the female. That's going to be a shade of green, and that's it. The position of the legend is on the bottom center. That's okay. And balance by gender, the title is also looking good to me. I don't want to make any changes over here. Okay, so this is how the donut charts are looking. Now what I can do is I can add one more chart. The thing is that whenever you are trying to create a report, your general notion should be to use all of these columns that are present in your dataset. By now we have used age group, balance. We haven't used customer name yet, but we would be using it. We have not used date joined. The rest three we have used. So these two columns we have not used. So let's see if we can create any kind of a visualization just by using these two columns. So I'm going with the line chart. Let me just make sure it takes some space over here. Go into the focus mode and get the date joined into the access field and the count of the customer name into the values field. So right now it is giving me all the data from the year 2015. So by default, whenever you get any of the date values, it goes into a date hierarchy. In case you don't want a date hierarchy, you can just go to this drop down option, and here you can see date hierarchy is by default selected. You can just select date joined from here. So it will give you the month and the year just like this. March 2015, May 2015, and so on, the quarter wise information. So this is how it is looking, and it shows us that what is the number of the customers that have joined us, and the maximum number of customers joined us is 24 on is actually 67 on Thursday, September 24th, 2015. So that was the maximum number of customers that have joined us. So this is also a good looking visualization. We can include it in our report. The only thing that we are going to do is change its data color to a shade of a darker blue, like this, and I'm just going to change its title as well. Okay, so the title is going to be the number of customers by number of, actually the title I want is number of customers joined. So this is a completely different title. I don't want this by keyword. So in this case, what I can do is go to this format tab, go to this title option, and from here I can just change the title. So total customers joined or number of customers joined, something like this. I want a title, customers joined. So this is what we can do. If you just want a totally custom title, like you don't want the by keyword, you don't want anything else, you can just go with it like this. Okay, now the thing is I have to make some adjustments in here to accommodate them in a better way, just like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just toggle the background of this particular visualization as off and make sure that everything is visible, like okay, now yeah, everything is visible and everything is looking good. I have some of the white space that is remaining still. So what I'm going to do is make sure to create some of the data cards which are going to show us the information in a glimpse, like the maximum balance, the age that is giving us the maximum balance. Okay, so we can just click on this card visualization or change its position. So what I'm going to do is get a filter first of all. Okay, so this is the age, get it into this filters pane, that is filters on this visual pane, and I'm just going to go with the top end filtering. That means if you want the maximum value or the minimum value, you have to go for this. Since I want the maximum value, so I'm selecting top from here and just select top one by the value is going to be the balance value and click on apply filter. Then drag in this age into the fields option and that would give us the count of the age, right? So we don't want that. So in this case, what you want is just go to this drop down and select either minimum or maximum value. You can select either one of them, they both would give you the same result. So that is giving us the 34 years. Similarly, if you just go to the minimum of age, then also it would give you 34 years because of the filter that we have applied over here, right? That is, it is giving us the age that is having the maximum balance. So we can just change its title to max balance by age, right? This is the age of the customers that we want to target. Then if you want minimum age, so we can just copy this visual, we can paste it, and this time we want it the minimum balance, like the age which is giving the minimum balance in our bank account. So all we need to do is go to this filter and instead of top here we have to select bottom and click on apply filter option. So what will it do is 15, that is the minimum balance by age. So which is the age that is giving us the minimum balance, it is 15 years. So min balance by age, that is this age. Okay. Now what we can get is some other information like the gender which is giving us the maximum balance, or the gender that is giving us the most number of customers. So for that what we can do is actually copy this visual. It's already copied, so we can just simply paste it. Okay, and we can make some changes over here, like we can remove these filters, we can remove this field from here. We have to get the gender into the visual field, and that's going to be the top n, that is the top one, by the customer name. So that's going to be the count of customer name. We can just select count of customer name, that is the maximum number of customers. Okay, we can click on apply filter, then grab this gender into the fields and drop it here. So that is the male, that is the maximum customers, max customers, male are our maximum customers. Okay, in case you want to find out the number, so for that what you need to do is instead of getting the gender into here, you have to get the count of the customer name from here. Okay, count from here, and that would give you the maximum number of customers, like the maximum number of males or the total number of males, that is 2165. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with the gender only, and that's going to be the max customers. So this is some of the data that I have got in a glance. Now what we can do is actually collapse these panes and add a kind of a, you can say, information text box that tells us what kind of a data analysis you have done. So for that we need to go to the insert tab, and here are these different shapes that you can insert. I'm going with the simple rounded tab. Over here we can just adjust its position. So it's a bank customer analysis, and that's exactly what I'm going to write over here. So you can adjust it, then go to this format shape option, make sure this text is toggled to on, and here you can add any text that you want. So that is customer analysis for the bank. Customer analysis underscore bank, or a hyphen bank. You can just play with these font colors, the text size, anything that you want. 30 is looking good. If you want, you can change the color as well by going into this fill. You can change the color of this particular shape to a shade of green, like this. Okay, so this is how our report is looking in a final view. That's all for this particular project. Thanks for watching.